The abandoned elementary school, located in the small town of Oak Ridge, had long been the subject of urban legends. Its eerie atmosphere and empty hallways had attracted many explorers, but none had experienced anything quite like what Chris Hill encountered that fateful night. Chris, a seasoned urban explorer known for documenting his adventures, stepped into the decrepit building as the moonlight cast eerie shadows on the walls. The air felt heavy, filled with an unsettling energy that sent shivers down his spine. He had explored this school before, but something was different now. The place exuded a terrifying sensation that he couldn't ignore. Navigating through the desolate hallways, Chris cautiously made his way deeper into the school. The abandoned classrooms held remnants of a bygone era, with dusty desks, scattered textbooks, and broken toys strewn across the floors. The sight alone was enough to send a chill down his spine. As Chris ventured further, a faint scream pierced through the silence, causing him to halt in his tracks. His heart raced as he turned around, only to catch a glimpse of a figure moving across the room. Determined to investigate, he rushed toward the spot, but to his bewilderment, there was no one there. He checked the corners, the closets, but the figure had vanished into thin air. The drop in temperature sent a shiver down his spine, as if an otherworldly presence had been in his midst. This encounter reminded Chris of a previous haunting experience at an abandoned warehouse. The similarity left him contemplating the possibility of this school being haunted. However, there was another occurrence that further strengthened this belief. Earlier, as Chris explored a different section of the building, he stumbled upon a worn-out doll. Just as he entered the room, the doll inexplicably fell to the ground as though influenced by an unseen force. Viewers of Chris's videos speculated that a ghost or entity had possessed the doll, moving it of its own accord. And then, before leaving the school, something inexplicable occurred. Footsteps echoed from the staircase above, prompting Chris to investigate. But when he reached the source of the sound, there was no one to be found. The absence of any physical presence deepened the enigma surrounding the abandoned school. It seemed as if the paranormal activities were intensifying, compelling Chris to make a swift exit. Chris couldn't shake the feeling that the school was haunted. But there was another possibility to consider: the presence of squatters. It was plausible that these individuals were mistaken for ghosts or entities during the exploration. Curiously, though, whenever something peculiar happened, no one was ever caught on camera. The mystery of whether the school was truly haunted or simply occupied by squatters remained unresolved. In the months that followed, Chris returned to the abandoned elementary school with a team of paranormal investigators. Armed with sophisticated equipment, they delved into the heart of the paranormal phenomena. Cameras, EMF detectors, and voice recorders captured every moment of their exploration. As they ventured through the empty hallways and classrooms, strange occurrences unfolded. Shadows darted across the walls, disembodied whispers echoed in their ears, and cold gusts of wind swept through the corridors. The evidence they collected seemed to point to the presence of supernatural entities within the school's decaying walls. One night, while reviewing the footage, the investigators stumbled upon a chilling discovery. In the reflection of a broken mirror, a faint figure could be seen standing behind them, watching their every move. The figure's hollow eyes and ethereal aura sent shivers down their spines. The revelation ignited a renewed interest in the abandoned school. People from all around flocked to witness the haunted phenomena for themselves. Ghost hunters, skeptics, and thrill-seekers alike were drawn to the mystery of the haunted elementary school in Oak Ridge. The local community became divided between those who believed in the supernatural and those who sought rational explanations for the strange occurrences. News of the haunted school spread like wildfire, attracting renowned paranormal experts and skeptics eager to uncover the truth. Chris Hill, now accompanied by a team of investigators, continued to document their findings determined to shed light on the mysteries that plagued the abandoned building. With each visit, the paranormal activity seemed to escalate. Doors slammed shut on their own, whispers echoed through empty corridors, and ghostly apparitions appeared fleetingly only to vanish without a trace. The investigators' equipment captured compelling evidence providing glimpses into a realm beyond the living. As the investigations progressed, a breakthrough occurred. Through diligent research, the team discovered a dark secret buried within the history of the school. Decades ago, a tragic fire had engulfed the building, claiming the lives of several students and leaving a lingering trauma within its walls. The realization that the school was not only haunted but also harbored the restless spirits of the fire victims added a layer of tragedy to the already chilling atmosphere. It was clear that the paranormal manifestations were attempts by the tormented souls to communicate their pain and seek resolution. Driven by compassion and a desire to bring closure to the spirits, Chris and his team embarked on a quest to unravel the mysteries and help the lingering souls find peace. They delved deeper into the history of the school, meticulously piecing together the events leading up to the tragic fire. Through painstaking research, they identified the names of the victims and reached out to their surviving family members. Gathering them together, Chris and his team organized a solemn ceremony within the abandoned school, intending to honor the memories of the lost children and release their spirits from their earthly attachments. The night of the ceremony arrived, and a sense of anticipation filled the air. Family members, investigators, and curious onlookers gathered in the hauntingly beautiful halls of the school. Candles flickered, casting dancing shadows on the walls as Chris addressed the assembled crowd. He spoke of the school's history, the tragic fire, and the pain endured by the spirits trapped within its walls. A hush fell over the attendees as they listened, their hearts heavy with empathy and compassion. In a somber procession, family members approached an altar adorned with photographs and mementos of their lost loved ones. Each one shared their memories, their grief, and their hopes for the spirits to find peace. As the ceremony unfolded, a gentle breeze rustled through the building, carrying with it a sense of serenity. Shadows danced in the flickering candlelight, but this time they seemed less menacing and more comforting, as if offering solace to the spirits. In the final moments of the ceremony, as prayers were whispered and tears were shed, a profound stillness settled upon the school. It was as if time stood still, honoring the memory of the children who had tragically lost their lives. And then a collective sigh seemed to echo through the hallways, as if the spirits had finally found the closure they sought. The air lightened, and a sense of peace washed over everyone present. The haunted school was transformed into a place of reverence, a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. With their mission accomplished, Chris and his team bid farewell to the now peaceful school. They left with a newfound understanding of the delicate balance between the living and the departed, and a deep respect for the power of compassion and empathy in bridging the realms of the supernatural and the human.